Well everyone, welcome back. Today is a bit of a different one today. You can see I'm all dressed up in my fancy welding suit because we are dealing with some stuff on the truck. It's been a few weeks and I haven't, a few months. I haven't updated you on how it's going. I'll do that one shortly. Okay, so it has actually stopped raining. That's where all the welding and everything is at. I need to uncall that one. This is the issue. So this is currently the workshop. We have the back axle out, as you can see, and I've been busy teaching myself how to weld because you can already see there is a big hole. I've already welded up these ones, and there's a plate down here as well, which again I'm not a welder professionally, but I'm not shit. Anyway, and we're in the patch there, and I found some more holes along here. So we've got this piece that we're just gonna tack in here. Now the proper way to do this is to cut this out and then weld this flush, but I don't want to. So that's going to go in there and cover over that gap. And then I also need to replace this as well because I caught the fucking grinder. I need to replace all of this mount here. This is still fucking solid, just the anti-sway bar cross member. That's all fine here. That's all still in. Just a bit crusty there, but it's fine. But all of that in there. I need to make a new plate to go down the back here and hold that one on just for safety. But realistically, this just needs a new chassis, but a new half chassis, because I've got the cross member to do here as well. I've already cleaned it up, but I've got some holes here to fill in, and the actual fuel tank, which is here, the mount for that just completely rusted off, and then I've got some holes up in this top side as well to do. So I've got a plate to go over that as well, but I'm probably going to need a hand to do that one because obviously I haven't dropped the tank and I don't want to drop the tank, but I'm going to try and wedge like a welding blanket between the two, and then hopefully that should make that a bit easier. But that's the status update on the truck, so I'll get this all burned in and I'll show you the results. That was such a massive pain in the ass. It's just like totally the wrong angle. Let's have a look. It's just started raining. Because obviously, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I got a couple of, doing that top was so hard. So obviously they've got the fucking cable right there. Try not to, it looks okay. Yeah, it's so annoying because I can just about sit up, but I can't because obviously there's not much room down here. So I can just about sit up and wedge my head there, and of course trying to argue with the welding lid at the same time. It's kind of a bit of a ass, but we'll give that one a clean up with the grind. Yeah, we've got some proper decent, I think that's fine. I think we're nicely welded to what we needed to be. It's difficult because I'm fighting all of the underseal that there's been put in here as well, so it's that real thick bitumen stuff that just fucking blows holes in. Well, it's like you can't get it off either. Once it's on there, it's on there, you know what I mean? You can't grind it off, you can't really cut it off. You've got to try and scrape it off with a screwdriver. That's the only real thing that you can do. But I'll have a clean up with these, see if I've got any holes in it, and try and fill the ones up as best I can. But not bad, not bad. And this fucking anti-sway bar, it will move, but obviously it's, no matter which way you move it, it's in the way, you know what I mean? So we'll give this a clean up with the thing. And what's even worse, I dropped my AirPod in the crap, so clearly I can never use that again. Let's get this cleaned up, see what we think. And here it is, the finished product. So I had a couple of holes, that I filled in. Also that one on the top, it's still hot, so I'm not touching it. I noticed that the bottom bead along here wasn't really fused as well as I wanted it to be, so I ran another couple of beads along here, which you can see are a lot more bedded in. So, the old test, how you test if your stuff is actually solid and connected. Should make a pretty solid thud. So there you go. So now I'm going to work on the top bit. I might just try and come round from the wheel well, I think, in here, because I need to cut that out to place that, and try and just make a flap that comes down this side, maybe. Let's see. Well, just got done welding in that second plate. I'm not going to bother doing the one over the front, because to be honest with you, I couldn't get the fucking torch in on the first bit anyway, so I think trying to do it over the front is just asking for problems. But let's get myself in here. Again, it is definitely not my best welds, and it's kind of shit, but check it out. We've still got some pretty good penetration down the bottom. Heat looks okay on the steel, and for the bits that I could get to, up around the top there, seems alright. But yeah, this hole here, I just can't get the torch in. I had to move these brake lines and the loom out of the way. That was a pain in the ass, but I didn't cook any of them though, by the looks of it. I mean, brake lines are a bit hard to cook, I suppose. They're quite hot, but that's a better angle for you lot. You can see much better there. But somewhat okay. A bit of a nightmare down that corner there, but yeah. As I said, I am not a professional welder, nor am I coded or anything like that. I taught myself how to do this in my garage in probably about a month. So I think for a month's welding, that's not too bad. But yeah, anyway, that is that side of the chassis done anyway. I think just the cross member now, and then start doing the wheel arches, and then we can start putting them back together. So fun times. As I said, I'm not a proper welder, but I don't think they're shit. Not bad for self-taught. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.